I'm about to go out and about like a wild brook trout. If today were truffles, I'd be a pig's snout. But no, I'm Joan of Arc as they pick my bones apart with the will of Napoleon Bonaparte. 'Cause you are adorable is what I'd say to adore. I knew this could be horrible for any able whore. So let's take another quaalude to elude those who are lewd through the prelude. For I am elated that you and I are not related. If I was the master of debates, then I just masturbated. At the Bates Motel, the DNA evaporated. Oh well. So they gave me a rebate to Bates College, where I became exacerbated. 'Cause myself, I'm just a couch potato until mama scooped me up with a ladle. And where truth is debatable. So eat all your vegetables when you're at the dinner table. I once knew a leper who was a corn and spoke like a leprechaun. As soon as he had me possessed, I knew my soul was gone. I knew my soul was gone. With only 1 cent is where I was sent. I don't know from where I came, but I know that I went to a little place I like to call hell-bent, for this is the form we all must take. My soul was gone before I wake. However, to waken the dead, it was the queen to give or take my head, but she doesn't give head to the ones riddled by riddles, but rather riddled by lead. They call me the Mad Hatter of Chatter, who just awoke from me bed. Don't mean what I say, so I mean what I said. Would I waken the living? To be living dead. They call her the Nurse Ratchet because she does give good head. I like to babble on and babble on as I start to ferment. Even though I meant what I say I was never meant to lament during Lent, even when I'm 6 feet under, encased in cement. Then a little bit lower and 100 below still is where my teeth chatter to the Mad Hatter's ill will that gather from hereafter to have to take the chill pill. Can you feel the human currents that pull us through the street while we're all lulled asleep by the pitter-patter of Pan's hoof beat? Yet none of my secrets are best kept discreet. But if I were part clay, it would be my feet, as my golden calf head is crushed in defeat. I think to myself, am I tare or am I wheat? With all the money I could earn to put my ashes all up an urn to take up there in the kaleidoscope at CERN, let it be no concern to you. So I screamed, Mayday, Mayday, in the 11th May. I screamed, Mayday, Mayday, in the 11th day of May, when I looked down at my feet, and they were made of clay. Said the first of this verse, does the last come in first? I said, no, but I am the worst of this curse. So behold when this verse is played in reverse. In the eyes of God, even if you're as odd as Harold and Maude. So without any reason, all I can do is rhyme. Without any reason, all I can do is rhyme. While I cook lamb and lament, while I sprinkle it with a little bit of thyme. As I'm locked in time, same sounds, different meanings become so unkind. But when it all begins, the sound all the same. I dig a word up by its root and call it by its proper name. Because they call me the word demon, who must go back from where I came and return to my work up there on Whitechapel Lane. Up 22 lefts to the right, you will find the 33rd door, where my father Jack the Ripper met his first whore. They are both riddled with riddles until they riddled no more, while I'm still riddled with the bullets from their personal love war. As my father walks up and down the cold avenue, I wonder if he's really just an angel releasing all the devils having you. 'Cause I'm with Cthulhu watching Hulu. They call me the Walrus. How about you? By any way has it ever occurred, in a way or occurred, in a noun or a verb, so sound all absurd, and be absorbed, I'm sure, to sound all the same but be different words? Oh well, I guess all is well at the bottom of this well. With all my gifts from God, my soul would still not sell to the nucleus of your cell, or the atoms that make up all your personal living hell. So let the pharaohs, pheromones lead the sparrows known as E.T. phone home with the trombone. In the matrix glitch I roam to lost cities in Rome, where the feral dogs eat the marrow of my bone. So come with me and we'll make witches brew, into which we craft the name 22, 'cause I meant to go mental in the government when I sniffed elemental glue. I bet in cement that your temperament would be detrimental for you. They call me the walrus when I'm cuckoo-cachoo. Over the cuckoo's nest is where I flew, through all the alcoholics of Catholics, as the cat licks its own hoo-hoo with the tongue of Cthulhu. If I were a cat, that's not what I'd do. So I might as well dwell. I might as well dwell at the bottom of this wishing well, with the atoms that make up all my living hell. Below the cold root cellar is the soul cellar of the ones who can't even escape hell, or even Helen Keller. So if the lamb meant to lament during Lent, then I always meant to ferment in the bowels of the church's basement. I went after becoming hell-bent on the rent. I like to eat lentils while my pockets themselves eat lint. During Lent, while my pockets themselves eat lint. 'Cause I was lost at first frost, or so the farmer had found, that my hocus pocus was out of focus with all the locust in the ground, which made Mr. Crumpus lose his moral compass, unto which he was bound. However able is to gain, I was not able to abstain from the stain made on the table by Kurt Cocaine. 'Cause things aren't as they ought to be, like the Ottawa lottery, so I bought all my Otta pelts when I was out to sea, but what I could not see was that the Nazi who lived on my yacht loved to play the Yahtzee. I'm just elated that you and I are not related. I'm the master of debates who has just masturbated. At the Bates Motel, I felt exacerbated with the rebate that evaporated to dissect the intellect and collect ancestral insects that infects the sex of your ancestral reflex or cybernetic complex, the cause and effects, the alien dialects, the dial in to the dialect through the vortex in your cerebral cortex. I like to stay one step ahead of the next. The day I learned to spell was the day I was expelled. Evidently, I'm so dense with all the evidence, I leave myself in suspense with the song of sixpence from Mike Pence. Love you, brother.